What's up, everybody? Tony Lane here with Assistant Michigan Coach Mel Moore, previous of Xavier University, longtime assistant overall at Michigan, and a baller at Siena University in your playing days. How are you doing? Welcome to Berlin.
Great. I'm doing awesome. Glad to be here. What a great facility. What a great event.
I hear you. Yeah, and it's nice to just sit back in the comfy chairs and watch some good basketball, right?
Definitely. And you get to sit courtside here, and they take care of you, they feed you, and I don't know if you've had the noodles, Tony, but they're the best noodles I've ever had.
As you can tell, I've ate some noodles in my day. So as you come down here, unbelievable basketball, up in Michigan, Ann Arbor, about a 4-hour drive from here, roughly. You at Xavier, Michigan, Ohio basketball well. What makes the class in the country so valuable to a coach, especially mid-season with limited time and mid-schedule in the conference?
Because it's one stop. You can get here early and sit here all day, and the talent, just game after game. High-level basketball, well-run teams, good coaching. A lot of games come down to the wire. So it's an unbelievable event, and it has been from day one. They've done an excellent job of each year. It has that name to it. You're going to get taken care of. The basketball is going to be good, and it's going to be a competitive day.
Absolutely, and we got a good one going on right now here in the background at halftime. So, like we said, like mid-season, have you ever come down here with X amount of players and you watched one, you're like, oh, did not know about that one. We need to call her. And has it ever worked out to where you signed somebody that you discovered at the Classic in the country? You've been doing enough of these.
I'm sure Ohio people know this name, Naz Hillman.
Oh, yeah.
Naz Hillman was here, saw her as a youngster, maybe her freshman or sophomore year, and that paid dividends for us, definitely. She's one of the best, if not the best, to ever wear the maize and blue at Michigan. So thankful that we found Naz at Classic in the Country all those years ago. And I actually ran into her grandmother who's working the event. So I said, how cool is that?
It's a small world.
It brings you back for sure.
Small community, small world. And it seems how everybody comes together. There's a lot of other coaches here. There's a lot of competition. And with, the NIL, the landscaping, the transfer portal, I have a question, like after you sign somebody at a size of a school like Michigan, there's still a lot of competition out there. How important is it to keep the relationship and maintain the relationship after getting the commitment in the modern climate compared to 5 years ago?
I think it's huge, and I think you mentioned it, NIL, and it's kind of making it a transactional relationship because now there's money involved.
A lot of it.
And so that's why really you got to stay true to who you are, and we're really big on relationships and keeping those relationships and ultimately growing our young women into fine adults, and so that they're ready to tackle the world and be strong, confident women.
Yeah, and ultimately, I think it's helped women's basketball because it's Caitlin Clark came back where any other year she just would have went pro, and now you have all these players. So do you feel it's helped with retaining talent and making it more competitive? Because you're in the Big Ten, you're at the highest level of women's basketball in the country, arguably. So what has that done on that side of just making it that much harder? Because now you might have a top player not leave. You have to deal with them another year.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's so great for our game. And now, you can turn on ESPN, Fox, and you're seeing women's basketball. How cool is that?
It's awesome.
And I think people want to watch women's sports. So it's huge for our game. We're making strides in the right direction. We still have a ways to go, but it's really neat to be able to – yesterday we didn't have any games, and I could sit and watch game after game from the SEC, ACC, Big Ten. So what a cool thing now in this day and age.
Yeah, it's a fun new world, and it's a nice little change up to the way things have been for a lot of years. But I guess so. One thing you can ultimately take away from the Classic in the Country, other than we take good care of you, good basketball, is it also a nice networking event as well? That's another thing. You're dealing with a lot of coaches, a lot of old, probably foes and alliances in your years. But I guess ultimate takeaway from the Classic in the Country and what it means to you.
Yeah, and I've been doing this a really long time, and this is always one I circle on my calendar, and I want to be able to attend because of what it means for our sport in the state of Ohio. Also, they've taken it steps further in probably the last 5 to 6 years and bringing talent outside the state to the Classic. But also, yeah, you mentioned it. The mentorship. I meeting a lot of young assistants now that I've been in this longer, just asking for advice in between games, and that's what it's truly about, is the networking, and you're seeing old friends that you hug. How's your season going? Maybe run a few things by each other, but an unbelievable atmosphere, an unbelievable event.
Well, no wonder why you're so well loved in the community here of coaching. See everybody gravitating to you down there. Best of luck this weekend. Have fun. Enjoy the noodles. Get that trail and Swiss, too, while you're here, or you're not living. But good luck the rest of the year. Safe travels to you and the team, and good luck, and just hope you put something really special together the rest of the half the year. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, this was Coach Mel Moore from the University of Michigan. We'll be right back with more Classic in the Country coverage here on WKLM.